Run around, shout off how much he wants in the ring, but when I catch up with him, all he's got to do is blink once and his lights are out, mate.
He's jealous of the fact that he's not a winner. He's tried to get WBC champion or be the champion of the world twice, and he's failed. But this is going to be his third attempt, and again, he's going to fail.
In one of the most anticipated British heavyweight clashes, Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno went head-to-head in a battle that would determine the true king of British boxing.
You will be knocked out, fight leg. You will leave your feet. Will put you to sleep.
Both men carried the weight of a nation on their shoulders, with Lewis looking to solidify his dominance, and Bruno aiming to prove that he still had what it takes. This fight wasn't just about titles. It was about pride, power, and the right to call themselves the best heavyweight in Britain.
Last message for Lennox.
I'm going to knock him out so hard he's got to pay to get back in.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just fine. That's not shot. That's not that ball shot. Beautiful shot. A lot of guys. In fact, he knocked that one ball to the same way. You see the leverage of Mike Tyson there to the body, straight the middle.
All right, Frank, you're one of the few people now who've had the experience of being in here with Mike Tyson. What is it like?
A very, very good experience. He's a good fighter. But as I said, he's just a human being like everybody else.
But you didn't have the kryptonite tonight.
No, not tonight.
At the end of 1993, Frank Bruno is trying to make a comeback to the top of the heavyweight division after a devastating defeat at the hands of Mike Tyson.
He tends to show the sort of pressure there is, and this time a left hand. Quite young and scratchy. That's a good right hand, and the man right above me, and he's almost coming out on top of me. And down goes the Belter. That's a 10-rounder against the ankle. And he's got him.
After a relatively impressive streak of 4 knockout victories, it seems that Frank has regained his confidence.
Cheers, nice one.
How are you feeling?
Great, great fight. Everything's going like a jigsaw puzzle. The jigsaw puzzle should be finished tonight when I get in the ring, mate. Very, very confident, very relaxed, very chilled, mate. Very relaxed. You can see what the fans are going for tonight, and I'm very chilled, very relaxed.
Last message for Lennox.
I'm going to knock him out so hard he's got to pay to get back in. I said it before, I'm going to say it again.
He's also moving well. He's keeping that right hand. Lewis.
Oh, that's a good overhand. Look like he's dancing. It's just the left hand. Down, get yourself. Down.
You were satisfied with your performance? I wasn't satisfied. I can always do better. But I did it for my mother for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Well, happy Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
World heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis was defending his title for the second time, while Bruno was presented with his third chance to become a champion.
And do you honestly feel in your heart, George, that your man Frank Bruno is now better equipped for a world title showdown than he has been in the past?
Yes, I do, because Frank was a very tight guy when he was younger, and that's the first thing I noticed when I took over his training. And whether it was, I have to be careful what I say, whether it was anything around it, I don't know, but he used to tighten up before fights, and because I used to run, what's the matter with you? I'm why, loosen up. But now he does that, and people say, did he learn anything from boxing Tyson? And I say, look, forget the first fight with the Dutchman, but look at the last 3 fights. He's done to those opponents what Tyson done to him. All right, he's been a bit rough. He may be rough in this fight. We won't start it, but if we have to, then we will. But I hope he don't. I hope it's a very clean fight. But he learned something by Tyson. You've got to be strong from 1 to 12.
Bruno and his team assured everyone that they had learned from their mistakes and were determined to prove that they still had the strength and ability to take the title from Lewis.
He conditions my mind as well as my body, in different things that he does. Talking to me, putting me through different programs, things what I didn't think human possible that I could do, weights that I couldn't, thinking normally I couldn't do, things stretching. It's like a yoga he's bringing in. The things what I'm doing is just unbelievable. I feel that a complete different new person.
It was the first ever bout between British boxers for a world title, although Bruno questioned Lewis's British citizenship, citing that Lennox won Olympic gold in 1988 representing Canada.
You won't even know if you're Canadian, Jamaica, Los Angeles or what. I'm going to knock you upside your head, boy. That's so hard.
To counter the Bruno claim that he was not British, Lewis said, "What was I supposed to do? not follow my mother to Canada. Zrania, look, I've fought more British fighters than that guy has. He makes a fool of himself, dressing up in girls' clothing on television. Lewis called Bruno an Uncle Tom.
That's quite light for Lennox Lewis. He'll know exactly what his weight is, I'm sure.
Stone, exactly!
I'd have thought he would be a little bit lighter than...
That's my company, that's my natural weight, 17 stone. When I wake up in the morning...
You have been lighter before, haven't you?
I have been lighter for different guys, but I want to be on the button.
You will be knocked out. Fight leg. You will leave your feet. Will put you to sleep. I may even bring a pillow to ringside for you.
He's going to hit you so hard, he's going to send you back to Canada. Not a very nice thing to say, but...
Well, he's trying to scare me, but I can't be faded. I think the main thing is, if I'm there to get hit, then he'll hit me. But I'm not gonna be there to get hit.
Big boy, you going. You must fall. You will fall.
After a series of exchanges, the fight between Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno, known as the Battle of Britain, took place on October 1st, 1993 in Cardiff.
Away they go. Oh no, we don't really need the identification in the white. Lewis.
Around as well, he's using that little bit of movement, and he's tried that big right hand.
From the first seconds of the fight, Bruno charged forward, playing the aggressor.
Overwhelmed Razor Ruddock in a Bruno for the moment. Big bombs for the first time.
To the body, that's a dangerous move, because that's what costs.
The crowd fervently supported Bruno.
Nice stiff jab from Frank.
Open, if you can time the punch and find
Frank off balance that little bit.
Throughout the first 5 rounds, Bruno's advantage was undeniable.
going the body shots.
He's got to have a
Good jabbers, and it might be.
Towards the end of the second round, Bruno landed a double to Lewis's jaw. Lewis staggered but stayed on his feet. Bruno rushed to finish him off, but Lewis managed to clinch.
That's a good point. Frank is looking very fast.
Well, he's certainly trained. Two more jabs. Charles Bruno, ring around, Cardiff.
Towards the end of the round, the situation repeated, with Bruno shaking Lewis again. But Lewis started to tie him up and hit him with one hand to the back of the head, earning a warning.
For Bruno. And the two of them there, clubbing away at Mickey Van, trying to get in between those two.
At the start of the third round, Bruno once again shook Lewis, almost knocking him down. But Lewis miraculously stayed on his feet.
Fast.
Yes, I think he's been told that in the corner. He's been told he's got a
3 each. It's close. Good overhand right from Bruno. Did Lewis take that? He looks at a spin of corner. And Bruno.
Throughout the round, Bruno rattled Lewis with powerful and precise hits.
Lewis up a little bit, but he's still there.
He's getting the success because he's using his strength, he's forcing the fight, and he's using a very good jab.
Worried look on Lewis's face at the moment.
He's a little bit...
Only in the fourth round did Lewis win with a slight advantage due to his speed, movement, and avoidance of close combat.
Turns ahead of us. Fascinating stuff. Has been told by the corner, it's quite clear.
To neglecting to do that in the early rounds. He was not using that jab, and he's got to keep using it. It's a key one.
Good stiff ramrod jab. That's supposed to be one of the big. The jabs. Jabs either. They're both landing with a lot of regularity. Lewis look in the last 30 seconds a bit more.
However, in the fifth round, Bruno again seriously shook Lewis. Although Lewis managed to shake Bruno once, Bruno still looked better in this round.
No. Lewis who in the build-up.
Anything that Lennox does, he's
from the champion, but he needs more of that. And every time he does land, Bruno...
His fight behind that good jab.
Well, so far, Frank Bruno, this shows every signs of developing into the
face. Good shots from Lewis, beautiful.
Both boxers had hematomas above their left eye by the sixth round.
Frank Bruno's had a little bit of a problem, possibly, he's been told by Mickey Bell, the referee. And Lewis, his left eye is just beginning to swell.
In the 6th round, a brawl broke out, in which Lewis looked slightly better. Many thought Lewis wouldn't pass this test, and his championship was coming to an end.
Well, they get the impression he's looking to up the pace a little bit.
This round. And Lewis has really let the big shots go. Big right hand to the body.
He certainly wants to have got rid of the stamina problems he had early in his career. A bit of blood around Lewis's face. Damage.
However, in the second half of the fight, Lewis managed to turn the tide in his favor.
By pushing Lennox Lewis back, it's kept him
Looks more confident in this round, though, to me.
That's right. Well, he's starting to get that bounce in his step, and you see that's very good for Lewis. That's what he's going to try and do.
Bruno is so hungry for this, and he's making ahead of Lewis.
In the 7th round, another brawl broke out. Bruno cornered Lewis, and getting carried away with the attack, dropped his hands. Lewis landed a left cross, then a right cross. Bruno went into a groggy state.
One thing's for sure, this certainly is a great heavyweight title fight.
Look at Bruno here, coming up, punches in, and Bruno was hurt by now. And now
Lewis continued to land series of punches, and while Bruno didn't fall, he was no longer able to continue the fight. The referee intervened and stopped the fight.
right uppercut, and I think Mickey Bell's going to stop it. To the end of the fight. I thought for a moment there he was stopping that. He won't take a lot more, and this time it is stopped.
At the time of the fight stoppage, 2 out of 3 judges had an even score on their cards, and the third scored 59-55 in favor of Bruno. The match was tough, and yet Lewis defended his title in the 7th round of the fight. After the fight, Lennox stated,
Well, Bruno did his homework. He was watching out for my right hand. I threw some right hands to the belly, and then I realized that slowed him up. And then I just threw my left hook, because a lot of people don't realize I've got a left hook as well. Just because every time I hit everybody with my right hand, they seem to go. Well, this time I tried my left hook, and it came out on top for me. Well, like I said, I don't keep no grudges. I don't hate Bruno. He gave me a tough fight, and enough respect to him.
Lennox Lewis continued his successful career. In 1994, he lost the WBC title after being defeated by Oliver McCall.
Lewis working again behind that jab. He's got very fast hands. Lewis unbeaten, remember, after 25 fights. Oh, he's got him. Oh, Lewis walked into, and the referee has decided it's all over.
However, he regained it in 1997 by defeating McCall in a rematch.
Lewis now landing hard right hands from over the top behind him for the crowd, as though he's either frustrated. Down. Good. 19th heavyweight championship fight hasn't gone over in 6. Right hand by Lewis. I will keep fighting after I win the championship, but something interferes.
Lewis became the undisputed champion in 1999 by defeating Evander Holyfield. He retired in 2003 after a victory over Vitaly Klitschko.
Punches, but because of his own big talk.
Very, very much so, but I can't really cry over spoiled milk. He beat me fair and square. I'm not going to make up no excuses. He beat me, you know what I mean? I'm a man. I can take it on the chin and say that he beat me fair and square. No problem at all.
Frank Bruno, after his loss to Lewis, continued fighting and finally won the WBC world title in 1995 by defeating Oliver McCall.
A very physical fight. You wonder about
More racing time to develop. This is the pit.
oh, he's lost his title, so he's going to try everything here.
Bruno's breathing more heavily now. People watching this have got butterfly here now.
Listen, he's got to be a big one. All he's got to do is him.
Time and hold the assault. And that's what his last throw at the dice. Bruno is Bruno. He holds on. The bell's got to go any second. Bruno must be about ahead on point.
However, his reign was short-lived. He lost the title to Mike Tyson the same year and then retired from boxing. But that's a whole different story.
This is a similar Mike Tyson, maybe just a little more patient, a patient.
Expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson to drop the Dillian. Tyson, playing it on, down, and now then he's playing Tyson.